So today we're going to be making pollo entomatado. So this is chicken in a red salsa, mostly tomato, so it's not going to be as spicy. So what you're going to need is to wash and prep your veggies. You're going to need for the sauce about 3 Roma tomatoes that you're going to slice and place into your blender. Okay, I'll move this blender off the way. Just 3 tomatoes. If they're bigger, you could just need 2. You're gonna need 1 medium onion. I already cut it into smaller chunks, but I will, just to make it easier to blend, cut it into some smaller pieces. Then 3 cloves of garlic and about 3 jalapenos, or if you want a little extra spicy, some serranos. You don't need to take off the seeds. If you are not good with spice, you might want to cut it in half and get the seeds out. The way that I do it is cut the top off and start slicing around. And then that gets out most of the seeds if you don't want the seeds in it. But we're gonna be okay. And then we're gonna need 1 can of tomato sauce, any brand. Make sure you wash the top of your can because those can be dirty. Add that into your blender. Add a little water to get the rest of the tomato sauce out. You're going to also need some cilantro, coriander. You don't have to chop it because it will get blended up, but I am just, for the ease of this, just a bunch. Again, these are all kind of roundabout ideas. There's no perfect science. It always comes out a little bit different. Use what you have. Let me dry my hands. A little bit of pepper, black, brown pepper, some salt, and spread out a little bit. That is it. That's how easy it is. And then we are going to blend that up. Once it's blended, we're also going to add a little bit more water. Usually fill the can could be enough. We want it to be nice and kind of saucy. It's going to cook down anyway, but I'm going to add about 3/4 cup more. As you are making your salsa, turn on the stove to a medium heat, and you can use a Dutch oven or a little pot. And you can use as much meat. This is just for 1 portion, just for 1 day, 1 dinner for 3 people. But you can add more and just add some more tomatoes and jalapenos and sauce to your salsa, and it should be more than enough. I like using dark meat because the bone, of course, gives it more flavor. So I'm using some chicken drumsticks this time. You can wash and prep your chicken beforehand, and I just kind of patted it dry before. And we're gonna season it with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. And what we're gonna do is sear it in. And something my husband, who was a trained chef, went to culinary school, it's like use 1 hand for grabbing the meat and the other for the seasoning. That way you don't have to keep washing your hands in between. So that's salt. I'll flip it over at the end. So onion powder and garlic powder. Oops, that almost took. Season it well. So now we're doing garlic powder, and we like a lot of garlic. I'm Mexican American, and my husband is Italian American. A few generations in for him. and some pepper. And so we like a lot of garlic. And my suggestion is clean as you go. So I'm gonna wash my hands, put away this part before we go to the cooking on the pot. Once the chicken starts browning, it doesn't have to be fully cooked because it's gonna cook slowly in the salsa. You can also substitute this with pork. You can use chicken breast and cut up in smaller pieces. It'll take a lot less time. The chicken breast tends to get a little dry, but I've done this with chicken and with pork. And then you get the salsa from earlier and just pour that on. And just make sure so it doesn't stick or anything, that there isn't stuck on the bottom. And you're gonna let this cook usually about an hour, sometimes two if you put it low and slow, or depending on how much chicken you actually put. I'm gonna leave it at a medium heat, well, I have a stovetop, but it's like a 5, but like medium heat. And I am actually gonna cover it. And that's it. We'll come and check it out later. So it's been an hour and a half since I did the chicken. It's been covered. So now, as you can see, it's falling apart. And this is when it is done. It's the chicken entomatada, or chicken and tomato sauce. And you can have that with some rice. You can have it with some Mexican rice or Spanish rice, as they say. We eat it with steamed rice. I don't know, that's just how my mom's always done it. You put some little cilantro to garnish. And if you have any leftover salsa, what I end up, because a lot of all that salsa that you had, it's got some great flavor because of the chicken, because of the bone. Just gives it a really good flavor. You can freeze this up and use it in the future. It tastes delicious. And that is chicken entomatada.